Update number 1. Alaskan Bush People is a reality documentary series, which features the Brown family, who is nothing like any other family in America. The Brown family lives in Alaska and there are 9 members of the family, Billy and his wife Amy along with 7 grown children. The family lives in temporary shelters, which they build, and their life is based on a barter system. Alaskan Bush People was first released on May 2014 and has had 12 seasons until now. The Alaskan Bush People show features of the story and the challenges of the Brown family. The family was residing on public land and their house was burned down. Consequently, they started moving around Alaska, building temporary shelters, and making a living by ancient means, such as the barter system. Their tribal lifestyle attracted a lot of attention. The story revolves around Billy and Amy and their 7 children, Birdie, Rain, Matt, Bam, Bear, Gabe, and Noah. Billy has a criminal history of horse theft in 1980, while Amy has a criminal history of welfare fraud. Billy Brown is an outspoken reality television personality famed as an avid hunter, expert outdoorsman, and a family patriarch. Many people know him as the star of the Alaskan Bush People reality TV show on the Discovery Channel. It is no surprise that he is now an influential figure on television for his deep-founded career and wealth. Alaskan Bush People portrays Billy Brown with simplicity, but the truth is that the man is one of the wealthiest in the show. His net worth is $6 million as of 2021. The reality TV star has amassed a lion's share of his wealth from acting. Besides, Billy channels a part of his wealth from his authorship by selling books in leading bookstores and e-commerce outlets. The Lost Years and One Wave at a Time are some of his best publications that are doing well in the market. Billy Brown spent over $400,000 on properties in rural Washington. The properties, which are located in Okanagan County, were purchased in February 2018. In total, Brown bought 4 separate parcels of property, and though there's nothing built on these properties will be the home of a brand new mega mansion for the Brown family. This just might be the new site of Browntown for future seasons of the show. One property is 65 acres. One is 190 acres. One is 40 acres and the last one is 140 acres. The total land mass bought by Brown is roughly 435 acres. And yes, he paid cash. The residents of Okanagan County are well aware of who Brown is and what his intentions are. Billy Brown career. The expert outdoorsman kick-started his career as a commercial fisherman in the northern parts of the Pacific. He later appeared on the Alaskan Bush People on the 6th of May 2014, when the reality television show debuted. The show was first filmed in Hoona, Alaska, and Chickagoff Island, featuring Brown's extended family life. The show is currently enjoying its popularity, as more fans continue to discover that it was a fictional storyline and not a telecast based on real life. Alaskan Bush People has definitely moved the Browns up several tax brackets. Amy was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2017, and the family decided to relocate to California, where she could get treatment. It was widely reported at the time that the Browns moved into a Beverly Hills mansion worth $2.7 million. When Amy's cancer went into remission in 2018, the family relocated to Washington State to be closer to her doctors. By that point, fans had fallen in love with the Brown family, and even though the Browns had left the Alaska of their show's title behind, viewers kept tuning in. Billy Brown will be missed. Billy had great relationships with his kids. Bear's heartfelt post included a photo of Billy Brown holding his grandson, River Anthony Billy Brown. Giving his son his father's name as one of his own shows just how close father and son, Billy and Bear, were. But all of Billy's 7 children enjoyed close relationships with their dad. Each of them had a unique bond, but it was clear they all had a connection, even in their hardest times. Rainey Brown shared her own feelings in an Instagram tribute to her father. "I lost a true friend. Not forever, but only in this world," Billy's 18-year-old youngest child wrote. "Please hold my family in your thoughts and prayers, especially my mother. Please hold your family tight for me. Words cannot express how wonderful he was and is. But I will say, the closest thing to an angel I've ever known. God bless you, Dad. I love and miss you dearly. You will always be my hero. God bless everyone." Controversy. 2 members of the family, featured on the reality TV show, Alaskan Bush People, were sentenced 30 days in jail, after they were accused of applying for checks from Alaska's oil wealth fund even though they weren't entitled. Billy Brown and one of his sons, Joshua, pleaded guilty to misdemeanor unsworn falsification for lying on applications for the Alaska Permanent Fund dividend. To qualify for the dividend, one must have been a resident of the state for the preceding calendar year. The state is expected to dismiss charges against other members of the family who had faced charges in the case. In November 2016, Superior Court Judge Philip Pollenberg rejected plea agreements from Billy and Joshua Brown because they called for suspended jail sentences. Pollenberg said he thought there should be some jail time involved. The terms outlined during hearing were in line with those in the rejected agreements, except they allowed for Pollenberg to impose jail time. He sentenced each man to 180 days in jail, with 150 days suspended. The sentences also include community service, probation and fines, and neither man will be eligible for dividends in the future. Restitution paid or expected to be paid by members of the family totals nearly $21,000, according to the Department of Law. Prosecuting attorney Lisa Kelly said, "The state is being made whole by getting the restitution." Billy Brown's attorney, James McGowan, asked the judge to take Brown's health into account, saying Brown suffers from a seizure disorder, among other things. He said there was no need to incarcerate Brown, but the judge wasn't swayed. Pollenberg said, "The sentencing goal of deterrence generally requires, in his view, jail time in dividend fraud cases." In brief comments, Billy Brown apologized. Joshua Brown also made comments, though they were difficult to hear. The Brown family appeared telephonically. Update number 2. Alaskan Bush People Gabe Brown finally surfaces with the newest female member of the wolf pack. This ends a mystery that lasted almost a year. Gabe Brown and his wife Raquel Rose Pantilla announced a baby on the way last year. But after that, everything went quiet. The baby's due date was said to be in November of 2019. It was almost a year ago when the parents-to-be from the Alaskan Bush People announced the pregnancy. On Alaskan Bush People, Gabe Brown opted to keep the arrival of his new baby girl a secret from world. It was for a simple reason. Billy Brown's son, Gabe, and daughter-in-law, Raquel, desired privacy for little Sophie. Fans were stunned with the new addition to the Alaskan Bush People show when Gabe showed off Sophie in an episode of the Discovery Network reality show last fall. November came and went, but that was okay. Fans waited, thinking that the couple's first baby was just overdue. Then December came and went. But by now people wondered. Then the mystery of the baby's birth questions started as a topic online for the followers of Alaskan Bush People. Concerns over Gabe and Raquel's baby surfaced. It seems this lack of news was so unlike the Brown family. Noah Brown and Rain Brown immediately announced the birth of their son, Elijah Brown. But still there's no news about the second grandchild of the Alaskan Bush People. The birth of Bear Brown's son River was also announced immediately back in the spring. But still, Gabe Brown and wife kept the baby's birth under wraps. Fans imagined many different scenarios as to why Gabe and Raquel kept their little bundle under wraps. But they finally opened up. Gabe said he wants Sophie to be a bush baby. The cameras for Alaskan bush people captured the emotion of Sophie's introduction to the Brown family. Being a dad is great, taking care of little ones. I feel like I was kind of geared for it, Gabe said in one of the show's confessionals. He also added, "It's definitely different though, when you're the dad. Like, you're the guy." The buck stops there. At the North Star Ranch, grandmother Amy Brown gushed over her new granddaughter, telling the new parents that the seeds they planted are now blooming. When the couple married in 2019, Amy encouraged them to leave their house and create their own independence. And Billy Brown told his son, as he was introduced to Sophie, "You blink and going to be 20. It's unbelievable, it happens so fast." Gabe is the middle child of the Browns' 7 children. He maintains a low profile. He wanted to take care of his wife and new daughter, so he left the wilderness of the mountains. But he said it was important to introduce Sophie to it all and everything that makes Alaskan bush people so fascinating to the show's fans. "Life on the mountain's pretty rough," Gabe said during the episode. "But that's the way all of my brothers and sisters grew up. I don't want her to be a city baby. I want her to be a bush baby."